let's understand what is audit all about. Okay, so let's begin the session with this information. So today we are going to understand the difference between the efficiency and conservations. So before knowing that, why I need to know that information means we need to understand this energy pyramid, because energy pyramid is an important parameter we need to understand about such informations, because we are talking about energy conservation at one point, and we are also recommending people to sit on renewable energy. So I don't think that people have invested more on renewable energy, because yesterday I was giving an example for 100 units of energy. That was the claim of SDG goals that is being given to the common public. But still people may not be aware. All people who are connected with us would be paying more than 100 units only. So that means to say we can't live with that 100 units, means no, the technology doesn't cater such information. So 48 volt DC is one such approach for home segment that is available. The technology is also proven. Whether we can challenge and put it on our home by making our home as renewable, that is all this what to say, vastu and other information. So whatever informations we are claiming, we can put our house design in such parameters, means no way we can't make other people to understand, or the partner itself to understand such information. So why? Because we don't know the value of this efficiency. So because energy efficiency means we don't talk about this energy efficiency, because we are connected with one term called renewable energy, the other term called energy conservation. By December, we understand this energy conservation. By January, we say that to be a renewable energy, because we have only 3 seasons in our Tamil Nadu. We say that to be hot, hotter, and hottest. All these 3 seasons are available, all 365 days. But who is installing more solar panels in our Tamil Nadu, means we would say that we have seen large chunk of solar panels available in Kodaikanal, Ooty, Yerkadu, where sun won't be available only for some period or some time, because they know the pain of where to get this energy. So that's what we need to understand, this efficiency. Whether we are going with CFL or we are going with LED, that and all the different perspective. But we need to understand why we need to sit on this energy efficiency, means we need to improve the efficiency point, whether we do have technology or the workflow to talk about this energy efficiency, means we don't have such information. But let's think about it. So we need to understand the efficiency versus conservation. So because these two are the bottommost layer, and the topmost layer is renewable energy. So energy efficiency involves the use of technology that requires lesser energy to perform the same function. So efficiency has a very good definition. But conservation, on the counterpart, we need to understand what is conservation. Energy conservation includes any behavioral changes that results in the use of lesser energy. Which is more important, whether it is going to be conservation or efficiency, means if conservation is understood by common man, that is the behavioral change is coming to the common man, then he would think about improving its efficiency. That is very much important, because if DA or salary is being reduced, automatically we think about why can't we need to spend more on such parameter, we can reduce it in that other way around. So this is the basis point which is given by Shiva Kandadas or the financial manager. So the conservation is the primary objective, and the efficiency is the improvement. How we can perform with a lesser function. That is, if lesser amount is available, lesser spendthrift would be there. So focuses on the equipment or machinery being used, focuses on the behavior of the people. One example is installing LED light bulbs throughout the house. One example of conservation is about using daylight saving through windows rather than turning on the lights. Always I used to say, so energy conservation is always been the talk of the town when it is the assembling point is in a closed AC environment. So that's where conservation is being done. When we call people to come out of the campus and sit in the tree or beside the tree or behind the tree, whatever may be the things, we object it and we don't even see one or two heads coming out because we are talking about energy conservation means it should be in the AC room only. Then only people are listening. So that's how we have a behavioral change. So that need to be changed as the primary thing, and over that layer we can talk about this efficiency. So benefits of energy management. It reduces the consumption, increases the comfort and safety, reduces the pollution, makes our economy stronger, increases our energy security. So all these terms are big terms which need to be understood at a different point. So we talk about carbon footprints, but whether we have an idea about handprints. So people always talk about footprints only. People doesn't know what is handprint. So let's all think about it. What is handprint all about? Handprint is all the successful things are called as handprints, and we always handshake with such information. Means we need to think about the handprints alone. So let's make a point that carbon footprint rankings. What are all the? It is the good practices of. For energy conservation means it is the reducing the carbon emission, that is very much important. So forest fire, 100 million tons of carbon dioxide emission. Having a child, so that itself it is going to consume 700 tons of carbon dioxide emission. So it's going to be the credibility of such things means we need to think about it. The people are working on such parameters, and that's how rules and regulations are posted. Okay, fine. So yesterday we were talking about why we can't save energy, but we can conserve energy. So, but in a common term, we need to understand why we need to save the energy. So because energy resources are limited, energy demand keeping on increasing, energy prices are going up at an alarming level. Due to global competition with the falling prices, industry compelled to cut the cost, reduces greenhouse gas emissions, and investment in energy conservation provide more attractive returns and improves overall business property. So profitability, it's about the thought process that is being defined, but how to go about doing such things. Okay, so let's make a point. So saving means it's something like replacing the economical value, like say when LED bulbs are replaced with incandescent lamp, 100 watts bulb is being replaced by 20 watts or 18 watts with the same lumen. So in that aspect, the money is being saved. So that is one thing. So when we talk about vehicular pollution, so like say, when we are going by car or bus or any mode of transport, then fuel is going to be the polluting, it going to pollute the environment. In such aspect, when we can take up at least one day. So Parandaman sir was saying that for a month he would be traveling only in that is common buses or trains, or it is in the public transport system. So he just posted in the what to say, like Facebook and Instagram, and many followers are there for his own tweet. So whatever information he has posted, but if we try to make it out as our intelligence says that whether we can go by cycling means we think about in a different way, whether the cycling would be the right thing, whether it is safer to go by cycle. So whether we can take it the cycle in a metro or MRTS, whatever they may be the things, we have a second thought only. We don't do that, but we need to think about we are taking up this objective means we should not pollute. So that is the myth that we have. We save our energy when we save our energy. So that means to say we save our energy means our own energy is being saved, means automatically the energy for the entire world is going to be saved. So that is the thought process. So energy conservation. So it is called a three-leg stool. Conservation, use less and improve the technology with do more with less. So that means to say that IoT or the connected devices, which is going to be a dump node, it is going to be intelligently worked with such technology. So always people used to scold the people going to restroom. So they switch on the light and they get into the room. But when they leave the room, they don't switch off the light. So always parents used to scold their kids. But even when we grow, then also the practices is the same, and we are scolded by our counterparts. It may be wife scolding husband, husband scolding wife. This is happening. So that is the technology transfer means is as simple as it is. That means to say, when a door is open, automatically light is going to come. When the door is closed, automatically light is going to switch off. Means it's a technology. It is doing more with the less, so that is going to improve the efficiency as well. So that means to say, the switching on and off efficiency is going to be improved. And sitting on renewable energy, so invest in the future. That means to say that when it is going to come up with the solar power, so it is not the solar power or the wind power or the most usage forms of biogas or gobar gas format. So all these are going to be the renewable categories. So we need to invest on it in the future at least. So we understand this energy pyramid. So need of the heart. So it says that ego is equal to 1 by knowledge. More the knowledge, lesser the ego. Lesser the knowledge, more the ego. So we need to understand it. I'm not given this proverb, but Einstein has given this word. So more the knowledge, lesser the ego. Lesser the knowledge, more the ego. Listen to your elders' advice, not because they are always right, but because they have more experiences of being wrong. So this point need to be taken care, because in வாழ்க்கையில நான் பார்த்தது எல்லாமே சரியாதான் இருக்குங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்டா, சரியில்லாதது எல்லாத்தையும் அனுபவிச்சு பார்த்ததுனால சரியானது மட்டுமே பதிவா இருக்கு அப்படின்ற ஒரு விஷயம் தான் இந்த தகவல் மூலமா தெரியும். Okay, so why we need to go for energy audit? So this is very much important. When the generation is that source லயே நம்ம வந்து ஸ்டாப் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா, so we need to have a point, that is energy is being generated in the power plants and it is giving us a useful energy. Whether Rankine cycle can be improved means we need to attempt to know where the losses are going on. So where the losses would be there. So we say that transmission system is the biggest system we have. Whether we can take the transmission system itself out so that the generation and the distribution can be directly connected means no. How it is possible? Why this idiotic talk is coming? Without transmission, nothing is possible. So we came up with the decentralized system. Decentralized system means there is no transmission system. So it is going to be an isolated environment. Now, generation is directly connected to distribution. That is a different concept, man. So you are talking about smaller part. If it is bigger, then it is okay. Now we say the another myth which has been broken. Tamil Nadu Electricity Board is running the grid with 50% renewables. Okay, so that is also acceptable. Okay, fine. So central grid is being connected with isolated grids so that whenever the power, excess power is there in isolated grid, automatically it could be pulled to the central grid. Oh, that is the concept. Okay, fine. So that means to say we need to understand what is the information that is being connected. So whether it is right or wrong means we need to gather the data. Whether it is right or wrong means we need to know the information. Who said this? Whether it is right or wrong, whether which need to be analyzed or not means we need to conduct a visit. So we need to invest on such things, that is invest our brain to know what is what. Okay, so then analyze the report. Okay, so this guy given some information, whether if he says twice or thrice, that may be right, maybe we can think about it. That's what we would have. So we need to analyze it. And no, this guy has given a wrong information. That's how we need to work means no, we can't follow it. So the report says that the end result may be right or wrong means we'll come to a conclusion. So this is called auditing. Whatever information which is going to be a knowledge base means which is transferred to a knowledge base means we need to digest it as a data. Then we need to visit and we need to practice it and analyze and put a result as the knowledge base in our brain. So that is called audit. When energy is being investigated, that is called energy audit. As simple as it is. Definition of energy audit. As per Indian Energy Conservation Act 2001, energy audit is defined as the verification, monitoring, and analysis of usage of energy, including submission of technical report containing recommendations for improving energy efficiency with cost benefit analysis and an action plan to reduce energy consumption. So this is called energy audit. So that means to say verification. So the data need to be verified. So where it is working on, so what is the power that is utilizing, how much hours it is running, whether it is running with frictional losses, whether it has many losses accumulated, and whether the pump is going to be a efficient one. All such things need to be verified. And it need to be continuously monitored, not 1 day or 2 day, because due to weathering and due to frictional losses, there may be a lot of deterioration to the actual equipments. Means we need to monitor it regularly. And analysis of use of energy, including submission of technical report containing recommendations for improving energy efficiency with cost benefit analysis. Not that you need to replace. No, you have put incandescent lamp, replace all incandescent lamp immediately. We can't recommend it because whenever there is a failure occurring, you have a step-by-step procedure. You replace it in a that is in equal intervals, or whenever there is a failure, you replace it such a way that the efficiency of the system is improved because of the cost benefit analysis and an action plan to reduce the energy consumption. This is the way we need to work on. So this is been defined as energy audit. Okay, fine. So how to go about with the energy audit? Before that, we need to understand the need for energy audit. The three top operating expenses are both electrical and thermal, labor and materials. So the top three operating expenses of energy are the energy itself and the labor and materials. All these are going to cater for energy. Energy would emerge as the top ranker for cost reduction. Okay, when we talk about many such things, water is also an energy because we are pumping water to a top head level. And whenever the dripping is there for a day, so say for example, today in your bathroom, if droppings are coming up in the tap, you just put a bucket there. You leave it as it and go to bed, and in the morning when you come up, you would see that the bucket is being filled and it is overflowing. That means to say a drop of water is for 24 hours, it is going to drain the entire tank. Means what is the cost incur on it for per unit generation? So we need to think in that aspect only. The primary objective of energy audit is to determine ways to reduce consumption per unit of product output or to lower operating cost. Reduce energy consumption per unit of product output, per unit. So whenever we talk about power systems, we will be putting in the per unit value only. The same way, everything need to be taken care with per unit, because when we are multiplying with a factor, so it need to give the cost factor. That's how we need to put the primary audit. The energy audit provides a benchmark. So it is very much important. The energy audit provides a benchmark for managing energy in the organization. So this is how the benchmark. நல்லா படிக்கிறான நல்லா பாத்துக்கோ, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரேங்க் வாங்குறான் பாரு, அவன் தான் நல்ல பையன்னு உலகம் சொல்லியிருக்கு. So we used to say that, right? So whenever the top ranker is coming up, we would say that, oh, you need to follow this top ranker. So today, the benchmark is setting up in a different way. So we say that my guy is happy with whatever he has. So he can go with artificial intelligence or data science, whatever may be the things. He need to study, right? So we can't put or pressurize our students or what to study our own ambition. He is good at his electrical because I have given all input. He is good at mechanical because I'm working in a mechanical industry. Okay, fine, I would teach him in a better way, but he need to study his own ambition, right? That is the benchmark given. This is the reference point today. So once upon a time, there were mechanical engineering in Satyabama University, starting from A to Z, and it also continued to AA, AB, AC. So like that, today we have this data science and artificial intelligence subject, which is without the basement, it is having a section to up to AH also. So this is how every college is working on. So that is the benchmark of the day. But we need to understand what are all the types of energy audit. Preliminary energy audit, targeted energy audit, detailed energy audit. These are all the three energy audit system available. Preliminary energy audit, targeted energy audit, and detailed energy audit. These three are the energy audit. Let's see what is preliminary energy audit. Preliminary energy audit uses existing or easily obtained data. So that means to say the whenever we are going to do a data, when we take it in our house itself. So how many units consumed in your home means, no sir, I don't know, but we pay 2,000 rupees. Okay, it is the data we have with the existing thing. How good? For how many months you are paying this 2,000 rupees means is as simple as it is. It is the existing data, and we are easily getting the data from it. We can convert it to units. Okay, 2,000 means per unit. If it is 500 only, 500 within 500 units means it's 499 only. Above 500, we need to calculate it. Every unit has 6 rupees only. Okay, fine. So that means to say you have consumed 2,000 means 2,000 divided by 6. For easy purpose, you will take it as 5 means automatically it is going to be 400 units. Oh, that means to say in an average you are using this much units means it is the higher value. So establishes the energy consumption in that organization or the home. So it is in the larger perspective only. We will take it as an organization itself. Estimates the scope of saving. So scope means the saving purpose. When the company is going to be meet out the energy bill, it is going to be the highest percentage contribution of expenditure. So estimates the scope for saving. So this means to say when they are going to reduce the energy bill, automatically the expenditure is going to reduce, thereby revenue is going to be raised. Identifies the most likely areas for attention. Identifies immediate improvements. That is very much important. Identifies the immediate. Preliminary audit would give different information. So no cost or low cost. Sets a reference point, identifies areas of more detailed study by measurements. So I can give you an example. Like say, when we went for a home to make an energy audit, we came to understand that there was a fridge which was contributing for much of its losses. That means to say the energy bill was rising only because of that fridge. So we made an audit with the entire fridge, and we ended up with one factor. So it is a silly thing only, but we don't understand the importance of it. So that individual had one what to say, like mehendi, so which cost only 5 rupees. That 5 rupees mehendi, after putting up the makeup in their hands, it was kept in the freezer box. Okay, so for usage next day or next day, but it was sitting in the fridge for more than 6 months, and every day it was eating up more than 2 rupees per day. It was eating up 2 rupees per day. So that means to say the cost of 5 rupees, which is going to be thrown up in the dustbin, was kept in the freezer box, and it added up by keeping in the freezer box. It made like ice cubes, and it was eating up the entire freezer box, and thereby it was consuming more on retaining such cooling effect. So due to this defrost was not available, so automatically it was consuming more to keep up that value. So this made the billing cost. So mean to say immediate improvements and reference point can be updated. Means we said that this energy bill of 3,000 rupees is because of this value, so you can put or drop this equipment. So when we take up a fridge, we would go through lot of improvements in our entire home. So our health and wealth would be improved, because every sambar is being pasted that Tuesday sambar in the first shelf, and Thursday sambar and the third shelf. So this is how we arrange, and we keep everything in the fridge, and we take it and we eat up. Means that is going to eat up all our resources, including the energy bill. This is the preliminary audit. Going forward, what is targeted energy audit? Targeted energy audits are mostly based upon the outcome of the preliminary audit results. So targeted audit is, we'd have an example. So they provide data and detailed analysis on specified target projects. So they provide data as well as a detailed analysis on specified target projects. As an example, an organization may target its lighting system or boiler system or compressed air system with a view to bring about energy savings. So that's what targeted audience. initially it said that the targeted energy audits are mostly based upon the outcome of preliminary audit results. So that is very much important, right? So when we talk about targeted energy audit, so we have a preliminary data. It says that this chunk is going to be the highest. Why can't we take up this particular value from the preliminary audit? Okay, we have taken up some information, and it could be the lighting load, or it could be the heat load, or the mostly the power is being utilized in western regions for heating up. If it is a western region, heating up means in Asian countries it is for a cooling system, HVAC. So we put it in the other way around. So it is going to be the HVAC is going to eat up all the resources. So we will take one particular area so that this target is being applied, so that the methodology whatever we have learned can be imparted in that particular system to improve the efficiency of that particular system, thereby reducing the energy bill. This is how we are going to work for the target energy audit. Target energy audits therefore involves detailed surveys of the target subjects with analysis of the energy flows and cost associated with those targets. As simple as it is. The preliminary audit is being followed by targeted energy audit. Then the third one is detailed energy audit. Detailed energy audit evaluates all systems and equipments which consumes energy, and the audit comprises a detailed study on energy savings and cost. So this is going to be the detailed energy audit. So detailed energy audit is carried out in 3 phases. What are all the phases? So we would understand it. The pre-audit phase, the audit phase, and the post-audit phase. So these are all the 3 phases of, we need to put pre and post in between the audit. So that means to say it is sandwiched between the audit. So these 3 phases are going to occur. So what we need to do? So in order to okay, fine. So auditing, so it is in between the people and the technology. So the technical informations as well as the people. So how the behavioral changes, that also to be important, because we can give an example. In India, they would be having the temperature at the rate of 16 degree. Nowadays it is not possible, because we has insisted to have the temperature, the minimal temperature that can be reduced is 24 degrees Celsius. So the room temperature is always been measured with a bulb temperature, means it's 27 degrees Celsius. But India, we would have a bed for 1 lakh rupees invested with a cushioning environment, with a woolen pillow, as a woolen, what to say, like the clothings as well as other things would be put up in the woolen things, and the AC would be switched on, as well as the fan would be in our bottommost part of this bed, so that when there is a good sleep, we would just switch off the fan by kicking off the fan, but not the AC. So because AC is very much important for sleeping, so that was put in our mind. So we would have AC, fan, as well as the woolen covering, and we would be sleeping for only 8 to 10 hours in that bed. So, and we say that, oh, yesterday I didn't have good sleep, so that's why yawning is coming. Oh God! So that's what we used to say, because it is a behavioral thing. So when we sleep, the guy who is sleeping in the normal floor, he would have a good sleep for only 4 hours, but he would be happily doing it, because the blood circulation is so simple, and it is the behavioral change that need to be audited. So that is the people, the technology. So auditing is about the comparison of good with good practices. So I'm just giving an example. I'm not criticizing, or I'm just not putting up bad words, but I'm saying that compare it with the good practice, the behavioral change and the technology. And it need to be monitored continually, because some may have some backache, so they use bed. So that is the recommendation of the doctor. But everyone need to go with bed means may not be the recommendation. So that need to be having a detailed audit, and the strategy for improvements need to be done. And by practicing yoga or other thing means you need to give the training on it. I don't know yoga, so I know the next door girl yoga only, but I don't know the actual yoga. Okay, so let us motivate and let us train it and have information. So maintenance and the other part need to be integrated means, so we need to think about what is going to be the outcome. So we need to think about such informations, and the strategy need to be planned. Okay, fine. So energy audit strategy plan. So what is the strategy? Identifying the highest achievable potential of energy and cost saving and its effect. Point out on often visible as well as hidden. So that is technical, hygienic, safety deficiencies of buildings and protection technology and equipment. So this is how we need to know the hidden technical, hygienic and safety deficiencies. Recommendation of technical parameters of the measures that need to be taken care, and calculates the investment needs of the measures and their asset economically, technically and environmentally. So that is the strategical plan. Proposes procedure for realization of the measure. So that means to say we can't have an idea that is not at all workable. So we need to have a realization of such measures. It is very effective technical, economical and management tool for investment decision processes going out of economical modeling. It is a solid basement for effective control of energy consumption and herewith also operational cost. That means to say the simplest way is switch off the light when that is not used. So as simple as it is. So that is also saving the energy as well as cost saving. Technically, hygienically, safety. That means to say to switch off the light in either way. If it is technical, door the hinge itself, it is having a switch which is going to open means automatically it is going to be NC and NO, so that automatically the light is going to be the technical part. So that measures the output. So that means to say it is working for only 2 minutes means the purpose is going to be solved automatically. The efficiency is also improved. The economical factor is going to increase, and environmentally the hours has been reduced means the carbon emission is reduced. This is called strategical plan. Okay, so 10 steps for detailed energy audit. The plan of action and the purpose and the results has been posted. The step 1, plan and organize. That is the pre-audit phase. We need to plan and organize, walk through the audit, informal interview with the energy manager, production and plant manager. So all these guys need to sit together and we need to come up a plan. So what is the purpose and the end result means? Resource planning, establish or organize an energy audit team, organize instruments and time frame, macro data collection suitable to type of the industry, familiarization of the process or plant activities, first-hand observation and assessment of current level operation and practices. This means to say pre-audit phase means we need to sit together what can be done to this organization and which is viable and who can follow it. All such parameters need to be the first step. The second step is conduct of brief meeting awareness program with all divisional heads and persons concerned 2 to 3 hours. So building up cooperation, issue questionnaire for each department, orientation, awareness creations. So we would have it in example in an office. We say that it is in the second floor of the building. So second floor, which is the having 8 floors in the topmost layer. So it doesn't need any cooling effect because the heat is not going to enter directly. Okay, so that is one thing. The second thing is that the window is opened. Okay, the left hand side coum is there, so it is open and the air would be coming like a gushing. So we are closing it. Okay, fine, that is okay. The third part is whenever you are leaving the place, switch off the fan. So that is the instruction or the habitual thing that has been. Why I should switch off? Someone would be coming and sitting in my place so that they can enjoy. So that's how even if I'm not coming, the labor would switch on the light, automatically switch on the light and fan, and it would be running only 24 bars on. but we cry 24 hours saying that we are working on conservation, we are doing energy saving, and always we paste a pamphlet saying that energy conservation is done in our building. So this is how we need to work, means the cooperation won't be extended. So building up the cooperation, and the questionnaire need to be given for each department to understand why we need to conserve it, what is going to happen to this environment, what I need to do for the organization. And even a small step towards this energy conservation will lead to a huge return, means that need to be put up as a orientation or awareness creation. Even the training itself, which is been the cost factor, which always people talk. So those guys who are interested, they can come. Why we need to take up training and all? Training is not at all needed. We need to give food for them. We need to train them, means we need to pull up guys who are more familiar. So we need to call up the person who is limited, who is not compromising on food or other things, means a leader should take up the class, means no. We always have a person, industry person, who always give the information correctly, familiar and okay with it, means he would make us to sleep. So that's how the training are working on, means it cannot be achieved, means then we need to work on for such a plan to organize such things. These are all the two steps. Okay, so what about the third step? Audit phase: primary data gathering, process flow diagram, and energy utility diagram. Historic data analysis, baseline data collection, prepare process flow chart, all service utilities systems diagram. Example, single line diagram, power distribution, water distribution, compressed air distribution, and steam distribution line to be made visible, and it need to be put up in a paper or a file. Design operating data and schedule of the operation, annual energy bill and energy consumption pattern. So reference manual, log sheet, nameplate, interview, all such things to be put up in the primary data gathering. And the fourth step is conduct survey and monitoring. Measurements: motor survey, insulation, lighting survey with portable instruments for collections of more and accurate data, confirm and comparing operating data with design data. So that means to say the nameplate. Whenever we go for auditing, then only we would ask for this nameplate details to know about the efficiency. So Sir was talking about efficiency. With the efficiency alone, we can take up the output of a motor or a pump. So that means to say whether the nameplate is a no, sir, it was installed long back, we do not know what is the requirement. Even this guy who gives it for rewinding, he also doesn't know the data, but it is there. Okay, you take it up as granted and you work on. I think it is 5 HP motor only. So that's how the data would be coming up. So conduct the survey and monitor it. So you take up the AMS with your previous information. So we need to give such information and convey it in the right way. The data is working fine or not with the design data. And the next step is something like a conduct of detailed trial experiments for selected energy guzzlers. So that is the trial experiments, means 24 hours power monitoring, MD need to be taken care, PF need to be taken care, kilowatt hour, etc. need to be monitored 24/7 for that period alone. Then load variation trends in pumps, fans, compressors, etc. Boiler efficiency trials for 4 to 8 hours, furnace efficiency trials, equipment's performance experiments, all such things need to be taken care. So to conduct a detailed trial means, so you need to work on for such experiments and we need to compare the data with all such things. So step 6 is analysis of energy use, energy and material balance, and energy loss and waste analysis. This need to be taken care. Energy and materials, one, demand versus supply. So when 100 kgs are there in the bunker, so how much energy can be generated? That is the calculation. Means you load everything, whether it is going to trip or not, I'm least bothered about it. So material need to be dumped. My work is completed. I don't bother about how much it is going to burn or how much waste it is going to come. Means then analysis is going to be a waste thing. But we need to give training on every individual so that the energy and material balance is happening. And energy loss and waste analysis. Waste means Okay, so one pulse would give 1 megawatt, means it's only 200 hertz, man. So we'll put up a second pulse, reduce the megawatt, so that we would tackle it in the energy meter. So it was the earlier days. Nowadays, good things are there. A smart meter has come up, and we can't even have a cook-up value. So this is how it is going to work. Means analysis of energy usage need to be recorded. And step 7, identification and development of energy conservation opportunities. Identification and consolidation of ENCON measures. So conceive, develop, and refine the ideas. So research is searching for information, and we need to research the information on whatever searches that has happened. So that means to say conceive, develop, and refine the ideas, revive the previous ideas suggested by unit personnel, revive the previous ideas suggested by energy audit, if any, use brainstorming and value analysis techniques, contact vendors for new and efficient technologies. So that's how. So whenever ETPS need to be overhauled, means we would call up a person in 1965 who has installed it. Oh, that guy need to come down to make development. Means no, we don't have the manuals or the procedures. After R&M, nothing has happened, and so we need to call up that person to come to for repair. Means then again the review of previous ideas suggested by energy audit need to be taken care. Means we need to work on with this, some system that it is going to be the benchmarking. That's the next topic we are going to talk about. So we need to think about it. Step 8, cost benefit analysis. Assesses technical feasibility, economic viability, and prioritization of ENCON options for implementation. Select the most promising project, prioritize by low, medium, long-term measures. And step 9 is reporting and presentation to the top management. Documentation, report, presentation to the top management. So anyhow, we are going to send a report only. What is the recommendation? The cost need to be, எனக்கு நல்லாவே தெரியும் இவங்க அப்ரூவே பண்ண மாட்டாங்க அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிட்டு போடக்கூடாது. We need to understand the importance of it, and we need to give a informations in such a way that they are going to accept it, ensuring that it is working fine. Because earlier days in I can give you an example. So the HVAC which was working in IT division alone in the 10 floors was a very older one. So they said that ACs are meant only for keeping the computer cool, not the people working there. So that means to say the ACs are repaired for more than the installed cost. So I said one thing to the chief engineer, sir, repairing it's easiest thing or toughest thing, the keeping apart. We need to ensure that the energy efficiency, the compressors which are very old, which is working for more than 35 years, are overhauled, and if it is put up also, the energy which is consumed is going to be costly. It is costlier. So that means to say the documentation and report presentation to the top management should be right. So someone wants to stop me. Okay, we will stop here with okay, so last point alone left out. Muthukrishnan, do you want something, or before eating up? Okay, so the last point is, I'll just complete this last 10 steps. So phase 3 is post audit phase, implementation and follow up. Assist and implement ENCON recommendation measures and monitor the performance. Action plan, schedule for implementation, follow up and periodic review need to be given. This is the post audit. A recommendation has been given and it is working fine or not, we do not know, means then it is not at all the audit. An audit information is something like some measures which was followed by some other industry is been the benchmark setup, and that is been recommended to a specific process or specific activity. That changeover need to be monitored, and this review would give a implementation part that it can be expanded to all such plans. That is the important of this 10-step audit. So questions which an energy auditor should ask: what function does this system serve? How does this system save its function? What is the energy consumption of this system? What are all the indications that this system is working properly? If this system is not working, how can it be restored to a good working condition? How can the energy cost of this system to be reduced? So always we need to compare it with the good benchmark and the cost factor. So that's how the questions need to be there. It should be open-ended or closed-ended, means it is the questions need to be raised in a open-ended only, not as a closed-ended. You are right or wrong. You please tick the 4 charges that is going to be there. So that may not be the questions of an auditor. So we need to question them in such a way that it should be open-ended. So that's how the questions are to be raised. So as we had a promise that we would be completing it before 10:15, and we would have 15 minutes of interactions. I have crossed more than that limit. So we would stop here. And if time permits, we'll work on such things. Okay. So, okay, what is left out? Okay. The benchmarking, until benchmarking, it is there. Okay, let's have it in some other day. So we are stopping here. So as per promise, thank you so much. Let's have some discussion of today's meeting. So what is the understanding, and what is the important point that is understood by you, which is not at all understood by you? So all such things need to be discussed now. Anyone connected?
சார் கேஸ் ஸ்டடியோட சொல்லியிருந்தீங்கன்னா இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பிரீஃபா இருக்கும்.
புரியலைங்க சார், சாரி சார்.
கேஸ் ஸ்டடி ஏதாச்சும்
கேஸ் ஸ்டடியோட இருக்குங்க சார், இருக்குங்க சார். கேஸ் ஸ்டடி ஒவ்வொன்றுத்துக்குமே எக்ஸாம்பிள் இருக்கு. நான் எல்லாத்துக்குமே ரியல் டைம் எக்ஸாம்பிளே இருக்கு ஆக்சுவலா.
அதை வச்சு கம்பேர் பண்ணி அந்த ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப் இருந்ததுன்னா கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியா புரியும்.
இந்த ஸ்டெப் 10 process with an example itself we will go through, sir. We'll go through it. Sure,
okay,
sir.
Okay. Okay.
Fine, sir. வேற ஏதாவது கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வந்தது சார்?
பாலமுருகன் சார் வணக்கம் சார். ஒன்றும் இல்லை, இப்போ இந்த எனர்ஜி ஆடிட்டிங்ல என்ன டாபிக்ல கொஸ்டின் கேட்டாங்க அப்படின்னு ஒரு 1 or 2 கொஸ்டின்ஸ் அப்படியே சொல்லிட்டு அதுக்கு ஒரு ஆன்சர் மாதிரி சொன்னீங்கன்னா இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் அது வேல்யூ அடிஷனா இருக்கும். சப்ஜெக்ட் பேசிட்டோம், எனர்ஜி ஆடிட்னா ப்ரீ ஆடிட், போஸ்ட் ஆடிட், நடுவில் ஆடிட்னு சொன்னோம், என்னென்ன ஸ்டெப்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு சொன்னோம். போனா ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா இதுல என்ன கொஸ்டின்ஸ், இது ஏன்னா எனர்ஜி ஆடிட் அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேப்பர்ல இந்த டாபிக்ல எது மாதிரி கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கேட்டாங்க அப்படின்னு அப்பப்ப டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம்னா கொஞ்சம் டெப்தா உள்ள படிச்சிடும் சார். தேங்க்யூ சார். தேங்க்யூ.
ஃபைன் சார். அது நான் வச்சிருக்கேன் சார். பட் ஆனா நான் இது முடிச்சிட்டு சொல்லலாம் அப்படின்றதுக்காக, கம்ப்ளீட்டா முடிச்சிட்டு சொல்லலாம் அப்படின்றதுக்காக வச்சிருக்கேன். பட் நீங்க சொல்ற மாதிரி இன்பிட்வீன்ல கேட்டுட்டு சொல்லும் போது அது கொஞ்சம் அது தாட் ப்ராசஸ் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணும். ரைட்லி செட் சார். வில் டூ தட் சார்.
எனக்கும் பாலமுரளி சார் சொன்னதான் பாலமுருகன்.
எஸ் சார்.
நடுநட ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் பட்டோம்னா கொஞ்சம் நல்லா இருக்கும். கரெக்ட், நம்ம நாள்ல இருந்து ஃபாலோ பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
கட்டாயமா சார். அதுல இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ல அது ஒரு ஸ்லைடாவும் வச்சிருக்கேன் சார். அந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸும் இருக்கு அதுலயே. சோ என்னென்ன கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கேட்டாங்க, என்னென்ன ஆன்சர்ஸ் இருக்கு அப்படின்றதும் இருக்கு. அந்த புக்கோட தான் இது எடுத்திருக்கேன் நானு. அதுலயே வச்சிருக்கேன் சார். நிச்சயமா அது கேஸ் ஸ்டடியோட கொடுக்கலாம்.
பட் இந்த சாப்டர் கொஞ்சம் ட்ரையா தான் இருக்கும் இல்லையா ஆக்சுவலா பார்த்தா? நம்ம
இல்ல, இதுதான் மெயினானது சார். ஏன்னா இப்போ இந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் மத்த இது மாதிரி சொல்லிட்டு போயிட முடியாது. ஆனா இது தேவையானது. இதை பொறுத்துதான் மத்த எல்லா இன்ஃபர்மேஷனும் வரும்.
இதுதான் கோர் ஆக்சுவலா புக்குக்கே.
ஆமா, இது கோர். இத வச்சுதான் எல்லா சாப்டருமே, எல்லா புக்குமே. அதனால இது நிறைய கிளாஸஸ் தேவை. பட் நான் முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு ஒரு பிரீஃப் அவுட் பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் இன்டெப்த் அதுக்குள்ளாரே போகலாம் அப்படின்றதுக்காக பார்த்தேன். பட் எனிஹவ் சஜஷன்ஸ் ஆர் ஆல்வேஸ் வெல்கம். So that we will work on it. Nothing to worry about.
In between இந்த டாபிக் ஒரு நாள் ஒரு 1/2 hour நம்ம திரும்ப ரீவிசிட் பண்ணலாம்.
கட்டாயமா சார். இல்ல, நம்ம இது இப்ப எடுக்கிற டாபிக்காவே வைக்கல. someone who has promised have not turned up and that's how we made it.
Okay. சரி.
சோ வேற கேள்விகள்? இது இப்போதான் ப்ரீ ஆடிட் போஸ்ட் ஆடிட்னு பாக்குறவங்க யாராவது இங்க இருக்காங்களா சார்? நம்ம டீம்ல இப்போதைக்கு யாராவது இருந்தீங்கன்னா கூட அதுக்கான ஸ்டெப்ஸ் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் டெப்தா கூட போகலாம். ஏன்னா நம்ம எல்லாருமே ரெகுலர் இன்டர்வல்ஸ்ல நிறைய இடத்துல பார்த்திருப்போம். அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் இப்போ we are talking, but still the primary objective of such things need to be taken care, because the example whatever I said is the practical example I met with, and I had a bitter experience of such things also. When we add recommendations, people always had a what to say, like negative words only. So the attitude differs on every environment. Even we learn up all such things, when getting implemented means that is very much important, because getting a degree is not a valid thing, but implementing it such in our premises and our division is very much important.
வணக்கம் பாலமுருகன் சார்.
வணக்கங்கய்யா, சொல்லுங்கய்யா.
நந்தகுமார், NCTPS ஒண்ணுங்க.
அது ரொம்ப சந்தோஷங்கய்யா, சொல்லுங்கய்யா.
இப்போ வந்துங்க லாஸ்ட் ஒரு 10 days பேக் ஒரு எனர்ஜி ஆடிட் ஒன்று கண்டக்ட் பண்ணாங்க, மேண்டேட்டரி ஆடிட் NCTPS 1ல.
சரிங்கய்யா.
சென்னை பேஸ்டு ஃபர்ம் தான் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணாங்க.
ஓகே.
அவங்க வந்து ஒரு ரெக்கமெண்டேஷன் இனிஷியல் ரிப்போர்ட் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஒரு 2-3 daysல ஒரு ஃபைனல் ரிப்போர்ட் கொடுக்க போறாங்க.
சரிங்கய்யா.
அது அவங்கள வச்சு நான் ஒரு ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் ஒன்று கொடுக்க சொன்னேன். பிபிடி ஒன்று ஒரு 1/2 hour ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் கொடுத்தாங்க. அப்புறம் அதுல நம்ம இஸ் எல்லாம் அவங்களோட ஒரு டீப்பா டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணாங்க ஒரு 1 hour.
சரிங்க.
ஸோ போஸ்ட் ஆடிட்டுக்கு நாங்க ப்ரிப்பேர் ஆகணும்.
ஓகே.
அதுல நிறைய ரெக்கமெண்டேஷன் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க.
ஓகே, என்பிசி பீப்புள் சொல்றீங்க. என்பிசி நிறைய பேர் ஒர்க் பண்ணாங்க, விஜயராஜ் ஐயா அவங்களாம் வந்திருந்தாங்களே, அந்த இதுல சொல்றீங்க?
இல்ல சார், தனியா நம்ம வந்து மேண்டேட்டரி நம்ம பேட் சைக்கிளுக்காக நம்ம எனர்ஜி ஆடிட் பண்றோம் சார். அதோட
வெரி கிரேட். சோ அதுல உங்க எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் என்ன இருந்துச்சுங்க சார்? அதுல இம்ப்ளிமெண்டேஷன் போஸ்ட் ஆடிட் வரைக்கும் போயிருச்சுன்றீங்க, நல்ல விஷயமா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு.
ஆமாங்க, அவங்க வந்து பாய்லர் எஃபிஷியன்சியை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்றதுக்கு நிறைய ஸ்கோப் இருக்கு. O&M பிராக்டிசஸ் மூலியமாவே பண்ணிக்க முடியும். அதுல ஒரு ஹியூஜ் சேவிங்ஸ் சொல்றாங்க.
ஓகே.
அப்புறம் நம்ம டர்பைன் ஆக்சிலரிஸ்ங்க, கூலிங் வாட்டர் பம்பு, அப்புறம் தென் இன்டகிரேட்டட் எனர்ஜி மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் சிஸ்டம். அதுல கொஞ்சம் மெஷர்மெண்ட் கொஞ்சம் அது ஓல்டு அவுடேட்டட் இதா இருக்கு, ஒவ்வொரு எனர்ஜி மீட்டர் ரீடிங் எடுத்து பண்ற மாதிரி.
ஓகே.
ஸோ அது பண்ணோம்னா அதுலயும் கொஞ்சம் ஃபர்தரா இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் பண்ணிக்க முடியும். அது மாதிரி நிறைய ரெக்கமெண்டேஷன்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க.
சூப்பருங்க சார், நல்ல விஷயம். ஆனா எஃபிஷியன்சி, கரண்ட் எஃபிஷியன்சி எவ்வளவு இருக்குங்க சார் ஆஃப்டர் 30 years ஆஃப் தி பவர் பிளான்ட்? அது கண்டுபிடிச்சாச்சுங்களா சார்?
ஆமா, அது வந்து நாங்க ரிவர்ஸ் மெத்தட்ல டைரக்டாவே ஹீட் ரேட் மெஷர் பண்ண முடியாம நம்ம மற்ற பாராமீட்டர்ஸ் வச்சு போறப்போ 30 to 31 அந்த மாதிரி ரேஞ்சில் இருக்கு.
பரவாயில்லையே, 30% இருக்கு. 30 yearsல 30% மெயின்டைன் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கனாலே பரவாயில்லதான். ஆனா பிளான்ட் லோட் ஃபேக்டர் 57% தானே இல்லைங்களா சார்?
பிளான்ட் லோட் ஃபேக்டர் 60 அந்த ரேஞ்சில் 60 இருக்கு. நம்ம 65 டார்கெட் வச்சு ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
அதுதான் சார். ஆனா யூனிவர்சல் டார்கெட் 57 குறைச்சிட்டாங்க இல்லைங்களா? இந்தியாஸ் டார்கெட் PLF 57 என்னும்போது
நமக்கு இன்னொரு விஷயம் இருக்கு. என்ன இருக்குன்னா, இந்த ஆரிய வந்து நம்ம அக்கமை பண்ணன்றதுனால நம்ம வந்து இது பண்றோம். அதனால நம்ம PLF கொஞ்சம் குறையுது.
ஆரி பவர் கொஞ்சம் அகாமடேட் பண்றவர் சார் சொன்ன மாதிரி.
அதுதான் சார். அப்படி இருக்கும்போது பிளான்ட் நம்ம எஃபிஷியன்சி இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் பேசுற அந்த டிஸ்கஷன், ஏன்னா இது நல்ல இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் இது. பட் ஆரிக்காக நம்ம வந்து கோல காம்ப்ரமைஸ் பண்ணி ட்ரிப் பண்ணி விளையாடுங்க.
அந்த அளவுக்கு இல்ல, அந்த அளவுக்கு போகலீங்க. ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு லோட வந்து குறைக்கிறோம். நம்ம ஷெட்யூலிங் பண்றோம் இல்லங்க பவர் பர்ச்சேஸ்.
கரெக்ட்.
சோ அதோட இத லிங்க் பண்ணி முடிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் இது பேஸ் லோடு இதுக்கும் வச்சுக்கிறோம். இப்போ சில பிளான்ஸ் TTPS மாதிரி பிளான்ஸ்ல மட்டும் அவர் சொன்ன மாதிரி, சார் சொன்ன மாதிரி அப்பப்போ வந்து ஈவன் ஆஃப் பண்ற அது வந்து கொஞ்சம் நல்லா இருக்கு. நம்ம பிளான்ட்ல சின்ன ப்ராப்ளம் வரும் அப்பப்போ.
ஓகே.
இப்போ மில் பிளான்ட் அந்த மாதிரி இதுல பட் இப்போ ஸ்டெபிலைஸ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. ஸ்லோ ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு கேப், ஒரு டிப் வந்துச்சுங்க. இப்போ ஸ்லோவா இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு.
வெரி கிரேட் சார். இல்ல அது இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஆர்ட் சார். சோ அதுலயே இருந்து அதுலயே பார்க்கறதுன்றது நல்ல விஷயம்.
ஐ அம் a newcomer, I am too young to thermal. அதனால ஒரு அளவுக்கு இத பாராமீட்டர்ஸ் வச்சு மற்ற இத வச்சு பார்க்க முடியுது.
நல்ல விஷயம் சார். நல்ல நல்ல இது நல்ல இந்த ஆய்வு இது பண்ணிட்டு இதோட ரெக்கமெண்டேஷன் பண்ணாலே எல்லா இதுக்கும் சோர்ஸ் கிடைச்சிடும் ஆக்சுவலா.
ஆமா எக்ஸாக்ட்லி அவங்க நல்லா தான் பண்ணாங்க. டெப்தா ஒரு என்எல்சி ரிட்டையர்டு ஜிஎம் பிளஸ் ஒரு என்பிசி ரிட்டையர்டு டைரக்டர் ஒருத்தர்.
தர்மலிங்கம் சார் அதுங்களா சார்? இல்ல
மிஸ்டர் நாகேஷ் குமார் ஒருத்தர் வந்து.
நாகேஷ் குமார். சரி
பாருங்க.
NPC சார் நாகேஷ் குமார்.
அதுதான் சார் அவர் தெரியுது.